Welcome back, Mr. Witness. Good afternoon, witness number 1 and number 2. As a matter of routine, may I remind you once again that you are on the oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you, Madam Chair. I hand over the two witnesses to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Batchily.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor. Good afternoon. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. And yes, so back to the allocation that was made to EMK stores. Now, we have already discussed the issue that there was no verification done either by the council as a general body, by the CEO, being the technician and the chief executive officer for council, and the mayoress. Now, was this captured in minutes of council meeting, in the matter in relation to the allocation of the property to Sharbel, Madam Lowe?
Yes.
Do we have the minutes of meeting? Can we have the minutes of the meeting?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now, please do provide the minutes of the meeting.
Very well.
How much was it allocated for?
Allocated.
If I can remember, it's either 2 million or 2.5 million, but it has to do with 2 million.
If I could remember
I
very
remember
well.
exactly.
I can't remember exactly, but if I could remember, I think it's allocated an amount of 2 million or 2.5.
Because it was given per square meter.
It was given per square meter.
Now, who decided the $2 million?
No, it was not anything decided. It was through the tariff when you see Yojo.
This
per
is
square meter was 25,000 or 20,000.
this was not
Square meter.
square meter. It was per square meter. Per square meter was 25,000.
Or 20,000. I remember exactly.
I can't remember exactly. 25 or 20,000 per square.
This
It's a tariff.
Mr. Batchily, our CEO, gave you the tariff.
Nena Mr. Batchily nda moy ngamne moy CEO nda mo la jo tariff bo.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you give us the tariff that Mr. Batchily gave you? Is it in the document?
Nena nda tariff bobu mun nga ñu ko jox nda ñu ci document ci.
No, it was not in a document. Daf ñu wax rek tarif bu nga xamné comme mom loolu lañ daan joxé defene laani.
No, it was not in the document. It was a verbal that this is the tariff that we use to issue lands.
Mr. Batchily, you gave the mayoress a tariff?
No, I think she must have forgotten. I never gave any tariff.
Okay. Now, Mr. Batchily, who decided the $2 million is?
Okay, maybe what she's trying to explain is that most of the
Not what she is trying to explain. You say what you want to explain. The mayoress is here. She can speak for herself.
yeah, it's just wordings. What I'm trying to say here is maybe it was based on the fact that most of the allocations of that similar dimension were based on 2 million. But then the negotiations with the interested party, I think it was between the two of them, and then
Between
it was
who and who?
between the mayor and the party, and then it was communicated to
Between
us.
the mayor and Sharbel.
Yes, but normally lands of that dimension were allocated at the rate of 2 million.
Who told the mayoress? How did she know it is allocated at 2 million?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain here. Similar allocation, similar lease agreements with similar dimensions.
Yes.
Were previously based at 2 million.
2 million.
So that's why I'm saying maybe that was the basis on which he used to arrive with the interested party at the figure.
Madam Lowe, you've heard that?
Lead Council.
Lead Council.
Tariff be Sarbel ñu ko charge through square meter.
The tariff shall be charged through square meter.
Man negotiate with Sarbel.
I did not negotiate with Sarbel.
Waxuma Sarbel price.
I don't tell him any price.
Price being d'accord from the council be.
The price that was agreed from council.
And it was through mom guidance one ñu ne li mom lañ dé fay.
And that was through his guidance and sort of that this is the amount we paid, used to be paid.
Lolu lañ charge Sarbel.
That is the amount we charge to Sarbel.
Ñun joguñ rek wax Sarbel ne ko fayal 2 million de.
We don't rise and say, oh, just wake up, or say to him, you pay 2 million.
I can fully remember.
I can fully remember.
Batchily wax nañu ne there is a tariff either 20,000 or 25,000. I cannot still remember why lolu mu fa xara ba minute ci ñew.
He informed us that there was a tariff. So I cannot remember exactly the amount, whether 20 or 25 per square.
This is how we drive up to that amount.
This is how we get to the amount, 2 million.
Okay, we will wait for the minutes. Now, was the 2 million communicated to Sharbel during the council meeting or in your office between you and Sharbel?
Nena njegi 2 million bobu fan ngeen ko communicate ak Sharbel nda si council wala si sa office?
Munuma remember ndax naka lañ communiquer ak Sharbel about the 2 million.
I cannot remember how did we communicate to Sharbel about this amount.
We
of 2
as
million.
in who? You and who?
Nena sone we yakan.
Whether man mako wax or CEO mako wax.
Whether myself or the CEO.
But I know ne 2 million mom lañ ko charge.
But I know the price charged was 2 million.
Okay, this is the evidence. CEO said the price was determined between the Mayoress and Sharbel.
Nena wa CEO wax nako fi legi ni ne njegi bi fi ngeen ko discuss moy sa digante Sharbel ak yow.
The Sharbel testified and said the 2 million was communicated to me by the Mayoress in her office.
Nena Sharbel tamit bu moy joxe evidence am fi wax nako ne njegi bi mom si bopam ak yow yena waxtan si office am bi sa office bi.
Moy lima la wax rek mënuma remember waaye xamna mënuma remember dama ko communicate ci ki waaye after council meeting bi mom li lañ d'accord so whether man mako wax Sharbel or mako wax Sharbel definitely lolu mënuma ko remember.
As I said earlier on, I cannot remember exactly where Sharbel was told about this amount, whether in my office or CEO's office, but this is the agreement we have at council.
No, this is before going to council. Remember, going to council is the last stage. Sharbel met you, then met CEO, then you guys went to council. Sharbel said, when I met the Mayoress, that's before you went to council, he was already told that he has to pay $2 million.
Nena li nekk na loo xam ne balaa ngeen dem council nena li Sharbel si boppam war na ko fii ne bu mu ñëwee sa office balaa mu ngeen dem council booba fekka waxtaan ngeen affaire yi njëgi laan bi ba ngeen d'accord si 2 million booba ngeen demoon si council.
No, Sharbel su waxee loolu dina mistake na kon.
No, if Sharbel had said so, then I think he was mistaken.
Lead Council Sharbel first day mu ñëw suma office.
Lead Council, the first day he came to my office.
Gis na nim téye enveloppe am bi.
You see the way he hold his envelope.
Mo ibi ko ma gis na affaire yi land la.
And he opened the envelope. I saw and I realized this is all about land.
Mu ma dégg si laa ko wax straight away ne ko affaire yi land yi man xawma ci dara yóbbu ko si CEO.
He is right now hearing me. That was the time I told him, no, I have no idea about land issue. Go to CEO.
Bi mu ko yóbbu si CEO.
When he took it to CEO.
CEO si la ñu advice dañ ko yóbbu si council bi.
That was the time the CEO advised us to go ahead or
Did
take
the council
it to council.
Inform Sharbel that the price of the land should be 2 million?
Ne nanda council ñoo wax Sharbel ne njëgi paaka bi 2 million la.
Waaw loolu laa faata bi ñu jógee council meeting xaw ma ndax man maa ko wax o moom moo ko waaye su Sharbel waxee ne man maa ko wax su suma office then he's right.
Then, and that is the point I can't remember exactly. But if at all Sharbel says so that it was in my office, then he must be right.
Yes, but the point is, he said it was communicated to him in your office. That was when he agreed to pay $2 million.
Nena mom lu mu waxon fi de nena njega bi way price bi si office bi sa office fofu ngeen waxtanon be dal di d'accord nena ci kaw bobu ngeen dal ko yegal ne legi amul lu moy def ludul mu fay $2 million.
Non, man d'accord ma Charbel sama office. Wax na leen bu ko yobbu council. The minutes are there.
No, I don't agree with Charbel in my office.
It was very clear. They could yobbu council. We were guided, and then you charge ko fofu no $2 million through per square meter. I can still remember that.
It was taken to council, and that is where it was discussed, and he was charged per square meter for 25 or 20,000.
Why did you proceed to transfer the property to Charbel when the proposal was already defeated?
Nena luta ngeen daldi transfer trubi si.
Why did you continue with the transaction when the proposal was already defeated?
Nena luta ngeen daldi transfer mbir mi si Charbel di continuer si process bi feka process bi si bopam de ngeen ko defeat be pare.
Charbel nak transfer.
Not de ngeen ko defeat be pare.
It was defeated.
Yes.
Charbel transfer land bi bim lose land bi from the Ghanaian National Assembly.
When it happens that he lose that land behind the National Assembly, there he was informed or he was told that he will be given a land at Bond Road. I understand that in between.
I don't know whether CEO in council meeting.
I don't know whether CEO informed us in council meeting. But that story I cannot remember. I forgot about it.
Why there is a point
but I know that there was a point that
Charbel transfer lease B.
Charbel wanted to transfer the lease
to Nandu.
But for that, if I am to speak the truth, I know very little about it.
Because the first list be mom.
But I know that the first list.
It was very clear.
It was very clear.
And if I remember,
and if I could remember well, I think I even initiated my signature on it.
Why between Charbel, Nandu, council, totally.
Between council, Nandu, and Charbel, definitely I get lost there totally.
Because
Mayoress, that cannot be possible.
Nandu.
That cannot be possible. Because Nandu just testified today. And testified that he met you in your office about 3 or 4 times. But we will get to that. That is at the later stage. But he mentioned that he met you in your office about 3 to 4 times. Is that not correct?
That is the truth.
And the issue is to raise concerns about the land that he purchased or he acquired, because the one at National Assembly could not be accessed, and therefore he was frustrated. He wants to be transferred.
Nena li lutax mu ñew fofu pour waxtaan wala lutax mu ñew sa office gis la nena sabab bi moy parce que laat mi nga xamne jox nañ ko ci gannaaw assembly nena lolu nek na lo xamne musta possible munta possible so ñu dal di ko jox benen laan nena li
is that correct? Is that
jotamu ko nena li motax bu ngay ñew ci yow sa office.
Nandu ñëw na suma office bena ak lawyer.
Nandu once came to my office together with his lawyer.
With lawyer?
Nena so ne lawyer moy kan?
Bena boy bu tuti la ni.
A young man.
Yes.
And he came there with his child. And came again with the child and another person.
Wallahi billahi Nandu musut ma tudal sax ne mo Charbel amna lu dox sen digante Nandu lum de wax rek moy.
I swear Nandu never tell me that he have a deal or something have transpired between himself and Charbel.
Not that issue. We haven't reached that issue yet.
Okay. Complain affaire land bi ne gannaaw fi naka tulati sa
National Assembly, and that he wants to be transferred.
National Assembly because National Assembly
he came there and lodged a complaint to me about the land that was behind the National Assembly, of which I told him that that cannot be possible because the National Assembly are complaining that they want to erect a car park therein.
Land in Bond Road.
But there I told him that now they are saying that they will allocate you a land at Bond Road.
But you said you don't know anything about Bond Road.
Why you want to go on Bond Road?
No, man lease bi.
I'm talking about the lease.
Lease buñ ko jagaral nandu bobu
The lease that it was prepared for Nando, that is the one I told you that I have no idea.
While ne nandu nangu nañ lanam bi nek gannaaw National Assembly.
But for the land that was issued to Nando was forfeited from him at behind the National Assembly.
And we need to compensate him,
Sharbel. He need to be compensated for Sharbel. For that we discussed it more than 2-3 times.
The lease is only a document that will contain agreements that have already been discussed by the party. So you maybe not have seen the lease, but at least you are aware that he was transferred from. There were discussions that he should be transferred from National Assembly area to Bond Road.
Nena lease bi mom nek na lo xamne kayit la te lease da nga gis ne lepp li nga xamne da ngeen ko waxtaan ba d'accord lepp li nga xamne d'accord ngeen loolu lañ té def ci lease nena lease bi sa soko gisul sa bot sa waaye yow sa bopa yegg nga ne mom Nandu jox nañ ko benen paaka bi nga xamne mu ngi Bond Road bi nga xamne bu nekkon National Assembly bobu mom nangu joxuñ ko.
Do you understand?
Nena fofu leer na.
The council lolu nangu nako wax na la ne.
Council I agree to that. I told you that.
Mom mu don Nandu mu don ñew di acquire about that land.
Nandu used to come and acquire about the said land.
Comme ni mala ko waxe ñew na suma office 3 times.
As I told you, he came to my office 3 times.
And nit ñi mala wax.
Ak the people I mentioned.
Now, was Nandu allocated the land?
Nena Nandu na mujé nañ ko allocate land bi.
In reality, in factual sense.
Nena si dega.
What did he obtain at that time? Was Nandu allocated a plot of land around the National Assembly?
Nenda Nandu mujé nañ ko jox land bi ci National Assembly.
Nandu lañ compensate land bi na ki naka Sarbel lañ jox land bi on Nandu lañ jox.
Sorry, I made a mistake.
That escaped me. Was
Sharbel allocated a plot of land at the National Assembly?
Nena fofu joom na.
Allocation was he allocated?
Nena du Nandu wa Sharbel nena laajte bi moy ndax Sharbel mujé nañ ko jox land.
When he applied, was he given allocation?
Bi nga xamné bind na mu dal diko laajte pour ñu jox nena ba jox nañ ko land bobu.
Bim lose National Assembly.
Yes.
The time he lose the National Assembly.
No, the one for National Assembly, the first application.
The first application
because he was never transferred. So the first application at the National Assembly, was he given the allocation?
Then musuñ ko transfer legi lu mo laajte moy first application bu mu def kër bi nga xamne mo nek gannaaw National Assembly na mujjé nañ ko jox.
Loolu la faté nak because di dafa yaga.
I forgot about. I can't remember that. It was a long time, but I know
a piece of land.
Sarbel was given a piece of land.
Sharbel was never given a piece of land.
This took a long time, so I can't remember. Then Sarbel musuñ ko jox paga.
No, ñun d'accord nañ lolu council. I can fully remember that.
Yes, there was an agreement from council. I can fully remember.
But Sharbel was never allocated a piece of a plot of land.
Sharbel musuñ amul jamono bi nga xamne jox nañ ko kër bu paga.
Council deliberations you will bring in. You will bring the council's deliberations, the minutes.
Nena da nga gis ne council si sen deliberations si moy minutes yi nga xamne yoy mo nek ki won si meeting bi.
What appears to be clear is that council perhaps agreed to give the land.
Nena lo xamne mom leer na fofu moy council dem nañ be ñu nangu ne dañ Sarbel dañ ko wara jël land.
But we will also look at the minutes and see the wordings.
Nena way ci kaw lolu tamit nañ set minutes yi be mëna gis lan mo fa nek lan moy cadre yi.
An agreement to allocate and allocation are quite different.
Nena pour nangu pour jox nit ak jox nañ ko nena lolu ñaar affaire yo xamne dafa outé.
An agreement to buy and actually buying something is quite different.
Nena pour nangute pour jënd wala jaay nena ak jënd na nena lu outé.
I don't know whether you understand.
Nena nda understand nga fu.
Waaw pour allocate ak pour jënd jaayuñ ko de. Allocate because ñun amuñu mandate
to allocate and sell is a different thing.
Okay, let me
sold to him.
Let me rephrase.
Okay,
give you a better example. If you agree with someone for the person to sell you or for you to purchase a plot of land from someone.
So what are that nit? Ben ngeen am nanguto wala nga ñoo di nangu ne dang ko jaay paaka kër.
Let's say you have a sale agreement.
Nena moy legi am ngeen d'accord ngeen ci mbiri jaayante.
You agreed with the person to buy the property.
Nena yow ak mom nangu ngeen pour nga jënd property bi.
That is an agreement.
Nena lolu moy d'accord ngeen.
But for the person to now transfer the ownership of the property to you.
nena way legi pour mom dal di transfer turi ku mom kër gi jox la ko mu melni legi yow ya ko mom.
That is now allocation.
Nena lolu lañu wax allocation.
Unless it is transferred to you.
Nena jamono bi nga xamne jox nañ la transfer.
You are not yet the owner.
Nena ku fekke ne joxanguluñ la kon be legi momaguloo ko.
Do you understand that?
Nena leer nga.
Wow, li council.
Yes, leer council.
Fofu soma dimbele rek nga xaar di minutes. They are very clear.
If you want to assist me, or if you are to assist me, then we wait for the minutes. That will make
we will. I only have a letter I want to show you.
Nena waaw nañ ko def nena letter bena letter rek la am bi nga am ne def la ko wara.
Yo council decide nañ we pass the information to CEO. CEO legi dafa dess ci mom ak lawyer bi naka lañu implementer contract bi.
We went to council, we discussed, we get to agreement, and it was passed to CEO. Now
that's what I said. I said
the CEO
that it appears that the council agreed to it, but then there was no allocation, there was no transfer effected.
Nena li comme lum nekk di wax rek nanguto amna way pour jox ko mu melni legi mom nako nena.
That is a letter. It was also in exhibit.
Nena letter la nga set ko.
Following its meeting today, the 30th of April 2019, the General Council has agreed to enable you to have access to plot of land at the above site measuring 100 by 100. Okay. Measuring 100 by 100. Okay, wow.
Do you see that letter?
Okay, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
100 by 100.
100 by 100.
Okay. Now, can you kindly read the letter?
Nena mba mun nga ñu jangal letter bi.
The CEO, Founder Consulting Limited, Bruford Gardens, Estate, West Coast Region, written the 30th April 2019. Hello. Okay. Reference is 15/BCC/49, written the 30th April 2019. The CEO, Founder, Consulting Limited, Bruford Gardens, Estate, West Coast Region, Desa, application for land at Bone Road. Following its meeting today, the 30th of April 2019, the General Council has agreed to enable you to have access to plot of land at the above site, measuring 100 meters by 100. We look forward to the preparation of the agreement. Yours faithfully, Lord Mayor, Chief Executive Officer, CC Lord Mayor, Acting Director of Finance, Director of Planning, BCC,
Yes.
Fire.
May I please have it? So, that letter is what Charbel used as an allocation in itself.
Nena letter bobu la Charbel doxal bu melni bo moy allocation bi.
Do you understand? Charbel is saying this letter alone
Nena Charbel mom lu moy wax moy letter bi rek.
that BCC wrote to him,
Bi nga xamne BCC dañ ko binda
which says that following its meeting today, the 30th of April 2019, the General Council has agreed to enable you to have access to the plot of land at the above site. Charbel is saying this is an allocation.
Nena Charbel lu moy wax moy nena li allocation la.
Now, Madam Lowe, is this an allocation?
Nena legi mu ngi la laajte nda li allocation la.
Allocation be normally the fora CCU. I think it is always prepared by our lawyer.
Yes.
Allocation normally should arise from the CEO, and I think it will be prepared by our lawyer.
So this is not an allocation.
Nena kon li du allocation.
It's not an allocation.
No, man, you maham.
Yes.
Because this is not an allocation before.
The one I know because
It's
I
always
saw one
prepared by
before.
our lawyer.
It was
Understand?
always prepared by our lawyer.
So, and I think there was an. But 100% there was an allocation
In fact, you'll be
I think it was a long time, however, but I think and I believe that
there was a
allocation
decision taken. Why
was given to him, and there was
a decision taken. And then again, I'm seeing this
and
100 by 100.
And I see the dimension 100 by 100.
4 full square meter.
That is where
either 20,000 or
we have that
25,000.
square meter, either 20,000 or
The
25,000.
main problem is not even the square meter. And
Then I saw said a problem with square meter.
Council said, okay, we have agreed.
Then a council
It is in the letter.
Then I must letter.
The CEO conveyed to Charbel that council have agreed to allow him have access to the plot of land, and that they are looking forward to have an agreement with him. So there was no agreement in reality. Mr. Charbel was just given permission to go and have access to the land so that they can now draft an agreement, prepare a document. If the parties agreed, then allocation can follow. If the parties do not agree, then there cannot be any allocation. Correct?
Can you repeat that again?
May I hear you, Council, again?
That this letter is saying that council is agreeing to allow Charbel to have access to the land.
Council dem nañ ben nangu ne Charbel legi dafa am warugal ci land bi.
And so
ci kaw lolu
it reads further.
ñu daldi wax ne
we look forward to the preparation of the agreement.
ñom luñ ko yegal moy legi lu ñoy def moy ñu ngi sentu pour mëna am agreement bi naka lañ koy défaré.
Which means there is no agreement before this letter.
Lolu woné na ne kon be legi de agreement amangut bala letter bi di am.
Correct?
Dega yes.
Good. And which also means that unless there is an agreement,
te lolu tamit ñaari fanna bi lu mu woné moy su démé be fekka agreement nangwante amna.
Unless there is an agreement, then there cannot be any allocation.
Kon da nga gis ne bobu mom su nanguto amé allocation du mëna am.
Su nanguto amé allocation dina mëna am su am.
Dina mëna am su amé dina mëna am su amu du mëna am.
Yes.
Li council xam nga ñun as council
do you understand the process? So that's why this letter itself is not an allocation. Some other steps must follow. And then your lawyer will eventually prepare an allocation letter. Do you understand that?
Wow. Right.
Normally it happens when it comes from council, it goes straight to the administration.
Yes, I understand that. But if you give an instruction either as a mayoress or as council,
instructions come mayor or council,
and then the CEO is to act in furtherance of, let me rephrase Mr. Pojang so that we will not, Mr. The CEO is to act according to the instruction. Then when he is done, it has to come back to the person that instructs him to act. So if council agreed that Charbel should be allocated a property, did the council or you as the mayoress find out whether the allocation was done in Charbel's name?
With all honesty,
that is what I have told you. With all honesty, I cannot remember. I forgot. I remember. I can tell you.
Would it be expected that you or the council and the council should also find out whether the allocation was done as instructed, as the CEO was instructed?
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Now we just go on. Mr. Batchily.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Did you allocate a plot of land to Mr. Charbel as per the letter of the 30th of April 2019, which says that agreements will be prepared subsequently?
No.
So no allocation was made to Charbel?
Specifically, no.
Okay. Now we have already exhausted that, Mr. Madam Lowe. Have you heard the answer of Mr. Batchily?
Mr. Batchily.
Madam Lowe? So
Yes.
now we know there is no allocation to Mr. Sharbel.
And then we all know that there was no allocation to Mr. Sarbel.
Now, Mr. Sharbel, in the absence of an allocation to him,
Nena Sarbel li nga xamne allocation bi amu ko wala jotu ko.
he still used this letter of the 30th, which is not an allocation.
Nena mom ngi wéru ci lettre bi nga xamne bu tatiyet te bobu nekkutu allocation.
Did not wait for an allocation.
Nena harut allocation.
Went ahead and had an agreement with MK Stores, that's Nando.
Nena mu dem di am nangotaay ak lu ñuy wax MK Stores.
Were you aware of that agreement?
Nena ndayaw sa bopa yegg nga agreement bobu.
Waa yëg naa ne Charbel mu ngi bëggoon a lease jox sa kii naka MK Store.
Yes, I was aware that Sarbel wanted to lease the property in the name of MK Store.
So fan la process bi tollu woon.
But where the process was,
boobu laa xamut.
that is,
How
that I don't know.
How were you aware? How were you told? Who told you?
Nena naka nga yegee loolu kan moo la ko wax te naka lañ la ko waxee woon.
Fanaa Charbel si boppam moo wax ne yeneen partners am yi
I think it was Sarbel who told me that some of his partners,
pare wuñ.
they are not ready.
So léegi xaw ma dafa bëgg a bokk ak Nandu together.
And now he want to partner with Nandu together.
To do what?
To
Nena
make
def
the
na
project happen.
when the project happened.
Sharbel
Nena Sarbel,
does not have that expertise. Those expertise.
nena amutu xam-xam yooyu wala expertise yooyu.
What Hysen would be doing,
Nena Hysen lu ñu war a def.
Sharbel cannot do.
Nena Sarbel lu mën a def loolu.
You know this. You knew this before.
Nena yow xam nga loolu te xam nga ko woon.
So, what Nandu can do
Nena Nandu lu mun a def.
is way different from what Hysen does.
Li nga xam ne loolu ak Hysen lu ñooy def ne dañu ute trop.
So that wouldn't make sense to you.
Nena loolu war a nekk loo xam ne dafa war a nekk sense.
li ma wax
Yow.
Lead Council moom is a partner. moom
What I'm-
partner la si according to moom lu mu ñu wax.
What I'm trying to say here is that he is a partner as how we were informed.
So
Who
moom
was how we
Nena-
were informed?
moom Charbel.
He Sarbel.
Who informed who?
Nena,
moom Charbel lu ma wax moom.
what Sarbel told me.
Okay, I heard you saying lum ñu wax, so I thought there were more than one. So
waaw because moom lu ma wax man loolu laa dee dem
What he-
waxaat Council.
Told me is what I always go and tell council.
okay, let's stick to you first, and then
Wow.
you can now tell us whether you related to council and whether we'll now ask you whether you have minutes to prove it and all that. But go ahead with whatever Sharbel told you.
Nena
Waaw.
léegi nañ door si yow lu mu la waxoon balaa ñu dem si council.
Foog naa
Nena
moom-
léegi wax ñu lan la Sarbel lu mu la waxoon.
lu mu explain mooy ne moom moo Hysen
What he explained was himself and Hysen.
dafa withdraw from moom moo seen lifin bi naka
Agreement.
seen agreement bi.
He withdrew from their agreement.
waaye léegi dafa am beneen partner bu mu am.
But now he had a new partner.
at the beginning Charbel musta tudda Nandu sax.
At the beginning, he never named Nandu.
and naka fan la Nandu ñëwee on the scene
And how Nandu get involved in the scene,
foofu laa mënta remember waaye musu
That
ko na
is-
tudda turi Nandu sax.
where I cannot remember because but he have never mentioned Nandu.
Sharbel had an agreement with Hisense,
Nena Sarbel amna nangote ak Hisense.
correct?
Dega?
Agree waaw ok waaw.
Yes, okay.
No. It's not coming
gisuma
from.
agreement boobu de
I
moom lu mu ñu wax laa wax.
I don't see that agreement. What he informed us is what I'm telling you.
If you do not see the agreement,
Nena so gisut agreement bi.
then it does not happen.
Nena kon agreement
And it
amut.
does not exist.
Nena amut sax.
Because no, you're the mayoress of Banjo.
Nena yow yaay mayoress of Banjul.
You perhaps have a lot of wisdom in these things.
Nena am na loo xam ne yow wisdom yu bëri nga am si mbir.
So much so that I always tell Mr. Batchily, it is 101. When we say it's 101, it's basic.
Nena boobu wan wax wan la ne su ko waxee nekk na loo xam ne dafa am basic dafa
That
nekk basic.
Sharbel, if he has an agreement with Hisense,
Nena Sarbel su amoon nanguto ak Hisense.
he will say, Madam Lowe, Honorable Mayoress, please look at the agreement I have with
Nena
Hisense.
booba moom da nga gis lu waroon mooy dafa ñëw rek mu ne la Mayoress, my lord mu ne ma seetal li.
He will tell you this is what we agreed with Hisense.
Nena tey dina la ne lii mooy agreement wala nanguto bu ñu amee ak
Do that.
Hisense. Nena dina ko def.
He did not do that.
loolu dëgg la Lead Council waaye
That is
comme lu ma la
true,
waxoon
Lead
rek the excitement mooy ne am nañ compagnie buy ñëw.
But
compagnie bi mu ngi ñëw employé suñu xale yi.
that is what I'm telling you. All he told me is that there is a company coming and that company will employ the youths.
No. I think it is clear that
Did it?
there is no company, there was no company.
Leer na ne amul benn company.
I would not want to believe
nee na moom du mun a
that Mr. Batchily, as experienced as he is,
nee na Batchily experience bi nga xam ne am na ko
does not know that no one just walks into the CEO's office and tells the CEO that I am talking to Facebook, or I'm talking to LG, or I'm talking to Nokia, or you name the companies, and therefore I need land and it is given.
nee na fogut ne xam-xam bi nga xam ne wala experience bi nga xam ne Batchily am na ko nee na nit dina ñëw si office am rek fekk ko mu ne ko yaaw man daal am na di ak Africell commune wala ay compagnie yi mu wax nii léegi dama bëgg a paaka pour nga jox ma ko rek mu dal di ko jox.
Madam Lowe, with your
Very well.
Translate exactly what council is saying.
Very well.
Please, don't add your own there.
Madam Lowe, thank you, Chair.
Madam, thank you, Chair.
With your experience,
nee na ak xam-xam bi nga xam ne yow sa bopp am nga ko.
you will not allow anyone
nee na yow doo nangu kenn.
to just come and tell you that I have an agreement with, let's say, a huge company, let's say, is it LG or so, and they want to do so and so, so I want a plot of land, and then they pay the money is given.
mu ñëw mu ne la dama am compagnie mu mel ni comme LG dafa bëgg a ñëw sampa fi dara so mu compté xaalis bi rek jox la ko nga dal di nangu loolu.
loolu laa la wax ne lead counsel man óolu naa woon Charbel lu mu wax.
Lead counsel, I think that's what I'm telling you. I believe what he has said.
You don't have to believe Charbel.
dina warloo ko gëm Charbel.
Do you know why you don't have to believe Charbel?
dina lu tax warloo ko gëm.
Do you know why you don't have to believe Charbel?
dina lu tax lu war.
Because these lands are not yours.
dina parce que paaka yi nekkuñ sa boos.
loolu tam ma jox ko suma technicien bi ñu yóbbu ko council because xam naa ne aw ma décision bi man kenn.
This is why I have given it to my technician so that they take it to council.
And it
Because
is
I
not
know me
Mr.
alone, I
Batchely's
have no idea.
property as well.
nee na Mr. Batchily tamit moomut property yooyu.
It is not the council's property as well.
proper council tamit moomuñ property boobu.
So that
nee na léegi kon si kaw loolu.
if your technicians did not come back to verify information,
nee na technicien yi suñ delloon si yow pour wax la information xibaar bu ñu
mark it
amee.
as X and put it aside.
nee na war nga koo mark ak X nga teg ko boor.
We say it's a non-starter.
nee na nga gis ne mu nekk loolu moom non start la.
wala si sooy moom am na loolu moom dëgg la.
That is true council.
That's it.
so jàngee nañ si tam xam nga su beneen yoon su nit ñëwee wut si laan.
We are
xam
learning
li ñoo
from it
def.
for the next time when somebody came and he want a land.
waaye wax dëgg yàlla ñun man lu ma jàppoon rek ne kii ñëw na ut laan jox nañ ko technicien si advice sa yóbbu nañ ko council nangu na.
But
we go back
all I
demand
think
back
is
to
that
technicians.
he came and gave me a bit, and I gave it to my technicians, and they have taken it to council, and there was an agreement. That is what I thought.
Now, there's another problem.
nee na soo seetee beneen teexate yàlla de.
Now, Charbel was never allocated a property.
nee na Charbel mosuñ koo jox property bi.
Now you have Nando coming to your office.
nee na léegi Nando muy dal di ñëw sa office.
Charbel wrote a letter to BCC
nee na Charbel bind na letter BCC.
to instruct BCC that the land allocated to him should be allocated to Nando MK stores.
moom si letter bi lu mu fa wax mooy kaddu paaka bi nga xam ne jox nañ ko léegi dafa bëgg a paaka bi ñu dal di ko jox ku ñëw wa Nando.
Let me show you this exhibit LGC/BCC/CE/001.
Okay, letter B.
This letter.
foog naa bii mooy the first time ma gis ko.
I think this is my first time to see this letter.
And okay, mu ngi ko address to the chief executive officer.
And it was addressed the chief executive officer.
Letter bi maa ngi ko door a gis.
This is my first time to see the letter.
Mr. Batchily, you recognize the exhibit? Please pass it to Mr. Batchily, Madam Lowe.
Nga jox ko Mr. Batchily.
That is the letter that Mr. Charbel El Haj wrote to BCC to say that the land that you allocated to him should be transferred to Mr. Nando. You recognize the letter?
Yes.
Is the Mayoress aware of this letter?
Maybe she forgot, but she saw this letter.
She saw it.
Yeah, maybe she forgot, but she saw this letter, definitely.
Okay. Let me have the letter. Now, Madam Lowe,
Madam Lowe.
you have had the mayor.
You have had
Mr. Batchily, why am I promoting you to Mayoress? I'm not going to elect you any day, any time. The way you have run BCC, Mr. Batchily, there is no chance.
Lead Council?
Yes.
Lead Council.
I
heard what Batchily have said.
So
If he said I have ever seen this letter,
I'll take his word.
I'll take his word.
Okay.
Why man letter be feel like why it's possible?
But for me, this letter is my first time to see it here. But it may be
But
possible.
at least you spoke about knowing or having knowledge of Charbel and Nandu, the transfer of land between the two of them. Correct.
For that I was informed not more than even twice, and I think he have informed council.
And Charbel told you too.
Buguma nekk li ma gën a bañ a def fii mooy di nekk di ges di waxu lii ëllëg ma wax lii fekk minute si wax lii to be quite honest lii dafa yàgga.
What I don't want to do here is just like saying this and saying that. The minutes are there because this.
Yes, Madam Lowe, to be honest, you have to just say what you want to say and how you want to say it. Feel free to give your answers to the best of your recollection.
Nena fii lu war mooy yow li nga bëgg a wax wala li nga mën a wax mën nga ko wax nena fii loo xam ne moo yow foog nga ne loolu nekk na loo xam ne lu war pour li nga tontu mën nga ko tontu.
We have documents we will be showing you, or Mr. Batchily, they are all here. Charbel testified, and Mr. Rajwani, also known as Nandu, testified.
Nena fii yëpp mu ngi fii kayit yi ñu ngi fii nañ la ko woon te Charbel lu mu wax fii yëpp mu ngi fii te Nandu tamit wax na.
And so where you forget, we may remind you.
Nena fépp fi nga xam ne fàtte nga mun nañu fàtte xelal la.
Now, this letter written to BCC.
Nena letter bi nga xam ne nañ ko BCC.
Saying that the land should be transferred. Did you give it to me? Saying that the land should be transferred to Nandu. MK stores.
Wane na ne land bi léegi dañu ko war a toxal ñu jokkoo Nandu MK stores.
Is that correct?
Nena ndaa loolu lu war correct na.
Letter big one.
About the letter you showed me.
Is it correct that the agreement that started with Charbel, Charbel has the authority to instruct you to transfer that property to Nandu MK stores? Is that correct? Is that a correct procedure?
Nena procedure bi la mo laajte letter bi nga xam ne moom Charbel bind na la ko pour nga gis ne mu ngi la yegal pour nga transfer land bi si turi Nandu nena ndaa loolu yoon la wala procedure bu war la.
Mom instructor mom he wrote to the CEO.
He did not instruct me. He wrote it to the CEO.
The CEO doesn't have the authority.
Nena waaye CEO amul doole boobu.
That's why all of you guys were in the picture throughout.
Nena loolu tax yéen ñaari yëpp yi nang si biir bi depuis mu dooree.
In fact, my question is just whether Charbel can transfer the land to Nandu.
Nena laajte bi sax doole bi yëpp mooy ndax Charbel si boppam mën na transfer land bi si Nandu.
Would you allow that?
Nena yow sa boppam ndax da ngaa nangu loolu.
I don't know mënuma have the legal interpretation of that because comme lu ma la wax rek li su demee ba si CEO.
I don't have the legal interpretation of that because as I said you
lawyer bi and then he effect the lifin bu ko council wax.
An effect that what
council
info, that is the implementation that council said.
My point is you had an agreement with Charbel. You decided to talk to Charbel. The area council. You and the area council. The agreement with Charbel and Hisense could not go through. We know there is no evidence of an agreement. But at least for the purpose of my statement is it did not go through. Now, should Sharbel have the authority to say that you should transfer this property to AMK Stores Nandu?
nena nda legi mom Sharbel si bopam amna warugal bobu wala dole bobu pour wax ne dafa transfer turi paka bi turi turambe si turi nandu.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
nena understand nga lu nekk do
understand na lolu way xam nga lolu dafa am legal interpretation.
But for that it has a legal
moy duma la wax
interpretation.
rek na la lolu CEO bi mom moy set mu laajte waat suñ legal person bi ndax mën nañ ko def o mënuñ ko def.
As I said, it was the CEO who is entitled to ask our legal and whether we have the
lawyer only acts
or not.
as instructed. The lawyer only acts as instructed. Of course, according to the law, but as instructed.
nena si loi bi la de waaye lawyer moom lu mooy def li nga xam ne loolu ngeen ko instruct pour mu def.
Of course, in accordance with law, that's apparent.
te su ko def waaw war na ànd ak loi bi.
My issue is
nena moom lu mooy wax ni mooy.
the reason why you gave the land, you wanted to give the land to Nandu was already not there.
nena issue bi nga xam ne da ngeen bëggoon wala da ngeen bëgg pour jox kii paaka bi Nandu nena loolu nekku fa.
Nandu already told you. Sorry, Sharbel already told you.
nena Sharbel wax na la.
That the agreement with the high sense
nena nangu to mu amee ak
did
high
not
sense.
materialize.
nena loolu mujjewut.
Right? Correct?
Yes.
Now, which means
nena loolu lu mu mean mooy.
the reason why you wanted to give the plot to Sharbel
nena sabab bi nga xam ne wala dal bi nga xam ne da ngeen bëggoon a jox.
no longer exist.
nena boobu amatut.
Correct?
dégg nga yes.
Which means
nena loolu lu mu firi
the
mooy.
land can no longer be allocated to Sharbel.
nena moo loolu lu mu firi mooy land bi léegi amut wala warta joxe war leen ko jox Sharbel amut allocation.
Correct?
Wow.
Yes.
Now,
so
how do you turn back and give the same property and the same dimension to Sharbel, to MK Stores?
nena kon loolu naka la moo demee wala naka la demee ba ngeen jël benn xayma bi nga xam ne dimension bi ngeen joxaat ko ku ñuy wax MK Stores Nandu.
mooy comme li ma la wax rek lead counsel. Sharbel dafa am partners.
As I told you, counsel, Sharbel had partners.
We don't have evidence of that.
nena loolu amuñu evidence.
Do you have evidence of that?
No,
am nga evidence.
loolu laa la wax ne li ma wax verbatim.
That is just verbatim.
ne
What he
dafa
told me
am
verbatim.
partner ak ñeneen pour war a def A, B or C.
That he had a partner with others to make A and C.
so ñun tamit si loolu lañ ko joxee laan bi.
That is our base. We base our thinking on that.
léegi ñëw na wane ne
Si loolu lañ ko bëggoon a joxe land bi.
Okay, that is the way we wanted to give him.
And I'm just trying to tell the mayoress that the land was not given, so that was why we wanted to give him the land.
nena lii moo tax lu mu la yëgal mooy comme land bi ba léegi joxawul ngeen ko waaye lii moo taxoon ngeen bëgg a koo jox land bi.
waa xam nga ñun pour council.
Yes, for us council.
ñun jàpp nañ ne jox nañ ko laan boobu.
We thought that the land was issued to him.
No.
mu ne déet.
ñun loolu moom laa la wax ne loolu mooy suñu understanding ne ñun decide nañ.
That is what I'm telling you
at the level
because
of council wax nañ suñ CEO bi ne.
that was our.
effect that wax nañ CEO bi dana ko effect.
It was never effected because there was no agreement.
Come again, please.
It was never effected because there was no agreement.
nena loolu musta am parce que nanguto amut.
You understand?
nena understand nga loolu.
Do you understand?
Wow.
The
Yes.
transfer was never effected.
nena transfer bi musta xew musta am. Yes.
Good. Now, let me now get to the interesting part. I'm not sure. You at some point heard that the land end up costing $15 million by Sharbel.
nena mba mujjee nga yegg wala mujjee nga dégg ne land bi dañ ko mujjee njëgam bi dañ ko mujjee jaay lu dem ba 15 million.
You heard that?
Sharbel nena dégg nga
loolu maa ngi ko
loolu.
déggee si CEO through voicemail bu ma yónnee bu maa ngi Nigeria.
I heard that through the CEO while he sent a voicemail to me.
mu ne ma
And that was
xam nga ne A, B and C moo xew.
I was in Nigeria and he told me that do you know that the ABC is what is happening here.
ma ne ko loolu maa ngi ko door a dégg ci yow.
I told him that this is my first time to hear it from you.
naan lu moo ñëw suma office yëpp musuta tudda sax ne Sharbel jox na ko bu rëy obu tuut.
When Nandu was coming to my office, I have never mentioned that Sharbel.
Because you did not ask. Did you ask?
moom moo ñëw indi complaint moom complaint am bi yëpp mooy wane dafa soxla land bi léegi because dañ war a sampa te any
We have a problem
land sa
with
jël na ko.
the interpreter, Mr. Bojang's microphone. Let me repeat. I said because if that is the case, because you never asked, perhaps.
Nena su fekkee ne mbir mi nii la woon ni mun naa nekk musuloo laajte.
waaw because man ñun Sharbel lañ doon diilal lead council so su fekkee naan du li mu doon indi complaint yëpp suma office.
We were dealing with Sarwell, so all the complaints that Nandu brought to my office,
mooy naka la amee land bi back.
how can he be able to acquire the land back?
Nandu cannot complain to have the land back when you never agreed with Nandu. There was no agreement between BCC and Nandu. The agreement was between BCC and Sherbet.
Nena Nandu du mëna ñëw sa office complain affaire land bi te fekka yow amulo ben nangoto ak mom.
Exactly li
Nena
nga wax
nangoto bi nga am ne am ngeen ko negut ne digante yeen ak Nandu waye digante yeen ak Sarwell.
exactly li nga wax ni wax naa ko Nandu ci kanami looyam.
Exactly what you have said, that is what I informed or told Nandu in his presence of the council.
wax naa ko Nandu ci kanami doomam bi.
I told him in his presence of the his
wax naa
child,
ko Nandu ci kanami doomam ak keneen ku mu àndalaat.
and I told him in the presence of his child and the other person.
Maybe you should have
accompanied.
just referred Nandu to the CEO.
daf dee ñëw
Nee na lu tax
si
referral
moo
ko si
ñëwee si man
CEO.
loolu laa demee si CEO.
The way he comes to my office, that's the way he go to the
No,
CEO.
but tell Nandu for the first time, you're coming here, if it's about the land, please do not come to my office about this land because he's a CEO who's responsible. Please communicate with the CEO.
nee na lu tax waxloo ko jëli mu njëkk bi nga xam ne ñëw na si yow nga ne ko déedéet affaire land bi moom du suma mbir yow.
You had a
mbir mi
meeting
yëpp da nga
with
war a dem
Nandu.
si CEO. nee na am nga meeting ak Nandu.
Once,
am naa
benn yoon
twice,
ñaari yoon
the third time,
ñetti yoon
and a possible fourth time.
nee na mun naa nekkaat sax ñeneenti yoon.
Because why I said possible fourth time is
Nena, lu
because
tax mu ne-
Nandu said about 3 to 4 times.
lu tax mun naa nekkaat ñeneenti yoon parce que Nandu si boppam wax na ko fii ñetta ba ñeneent.
The first time, Madam Lowe, you tell Nandu that if it is about this land, please consult the CEO. I have nothing to do with this property.
nee na lu waroon mooy yoon bu njëkk bi nga xam ne wala tànk bu njëkk bi nga ñëwoon si yow yow booba nga ko war a wax ne affaire yi laan moom man axuma si
Did
dara
you do
wala
that?
axuma si feer demal si CEO bi nee na mbaa def nga woon lii.
unfortunately bi moo ñëw sax first time.
Unfortunately, when he
second
was
and
coming
third time bi fekku fa
the first time,
Batchily.
second and third time does not find Batchily there.
waaye laajal Nandu ñaata yoon laa ko dee wax ne ko ñun amuñ dara pour def ak yow demal man Nandu sax maa ko wax ne ko demal wax ko complaint si ministry bi.
Nandu asked him how many times he came to me, and I was telling him that I have no affairs
Complain about the
I referred him
allocation.
to go to council.
Complain about the allocation, complain about the diligence is different. My
Nena.
point is, he
Complain.
came once to your office.
Complain about allocation joxe ko ak delayance nee na loolu nekkut benn. nee na
He
moom-
came to your office the first time.
moom lu may wax nii mooy Nandu ñëw na sa office benn yoon.
You as the mayoress, of course, you manage the people, you govern the people, and they come to you. You will be gracious to welcome Mr.
nee na
Mr.
comme nekk
Rajwani.
nga mayo te yow nga gis ne yow fi nga nekka dang dee welcome nit ñi dañu war a di ñëw foofu di gisante nee na kooku su ñëwee foog nga welcome ko.
But now you know what he wants to discuss is not what you can handle. It's an administrative issue. It's for him to go to Mr. Batchily, and Mr. Batchily comes to you or council. Tell him, I'm sorry, I have heard you, but then I have not dealt with you in this manner. I don't know what you're talking about. I only know Sherbel. Please go to Mr. Batchily.
nee na da nga gis ne moom su ñëwee si yow ba daal di la yëgal léegi yow sax nga xam ne lan mooy tànkaam bi nee na lu war mooy yow war nga ko wax ne waaw yow war ngaa dem si administratif nga rifaa ko si CEO da nga gis ne CEO moom moo xam lu mu war a yóbbee mbir mi ndax si yow la mu ñëw council.
If it goes to Mr. Batchily, and you don't meet him there,
fekkuloo ko fa.
he goes again, you don't meet him there.
mu dem foofu fekkatut ko fa.
That is his problem. There is an administrative issue that Mr. Batchily has a deputy.
nee na moom da nga gis ne loolu problème am la parce que loolu administrative issue la parce que moom soo gisee CEO bi am na député.
lead counsel li nga wax nii wax naa ko Nandu du benn yoon du ñaari yoon du ñetti yoon waaye Nandu su ñëwee suma office.
CEO, what you said, I have informed Nandu more than 3 times, but whenever he came to my office, I cannot able to drive him.
I disagree with that.
nee na nangut loolu.
He cannot come to your office about 3-4 times talking about the same issue that you cannot solve, that you don't know anything about because you have not even discussed with him about that land.
nee na su ñëwee sa office ñetta ba ñeneenti yoon di la wax loo xam ne yow amuloo xam-xam si loolu wala amuloo li si xam si loolu affaire yi laan boobu.
So Nandu has no business
nee na Nandu amul benn business.
to repeatedly come into your office about the land that you had been telling him apparently that I can't help you with it.
dal di ñëw si yow di ñëwaat te yow wax nga ko ba pare ne laan boobu man aw ma warugal wala duma la ko mën a jàppale.
within a period of foog naa 7 years la problème bi am.
Within a period of 7 years, that is the time when this problem occur.
wax naa ne Nandu ñëw na small office moom mooy doomam.
I told you he came to my office with his child.
ñëw na fa ànd fa doomam ak keneen.
And he came there with his child and another person.
Lawyer bi ñëw na fa ànd fa doomi Nandu.
And his lawyer came there together with Landu's child.
What is the relevance?
te li nga.
nee na loolu lan mooy relevance am fii.
waa dama laa woon rek ne comme li nga wax nii.
I'm telling you that what you have said.
Exactly loolu la wax lawyer.
Exactly that is what I said.
No. The lawyer, Nandu's lawyer is not in issue.
nee na fii mbiri lawyer bi boobu nekkul issue fii.
There is no. That particular lawyer did not write to you and you didn't write back. The issue here is Nandu.
nee na fii lawyer bi bindut la yow tam binduloo ko nee na mbir mi yëpp fii wax bi Nandu la.
Nandu would not be coming to your office on 3 or 4 occasions without any reason.
nee na Nandu du ñëw sa office benn yoon ñetti yoon ba ñeneenti yoon te amut loo xam ne reason am na.
So my point is.
nee na moom fu muy bantu point am bi mooy.
You know you guys dealt with Sharbel.
nee na yow xam nga ne yow yéen ak Sharbel yéen a defante woon mbir.
Why transfer the property to Mr. Rajwani, Nandu? Why? When you never had an agreement, pre-agreement with him.
nee na lana tax ngeen transfer land bi si Nandu nee na te xam nga ne wala yëg nga ne musu leen a am benn agreement.
waaye foog naa letter bi nga ma jox soo ko seet.
But I think the letter that you gave me, if you just look at the letter,
it is clearly stated foofu.
it is clearly stated therein.
Sharbel mu ngi wax si yow ne prior to our previous meetings.
Sharbel.
mu ngi quote ay previous meetings sum amoon.
He do quote the previous meeting that we had with him.
Yes, go ahead.
So meetings so you man how much dara lan lañ
Those
decide.
meetings, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know what was the decision.
So
see, there is no way, Madam Lowe, that this transaction it started with you.
Nena amut ben yoon fi parce que société transaction bi yëpp si yow la door.
It ended with you.
Nena si yow la em.
I have the
lead counsel. I totally disagree ak loolu because started ak man.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
Office like any other need no way foga bunti mayor bi.
It doesn't start with me. Sharbel never come and knock the door of the mayor and explain what he wanted. And I saw him to go to the CEO.
Who did
he took
Mr.
the letter
Sharbel
to the CEO.
Have the communication with to lease the land? Is it you or the CEO?
Pour lease land bi Sharbel moma kanam jeka am waxtaan pour affaire lease land bi yow la wala CEO?
Lease land bi to who?
To Sharbel.
Pour Sharbel.
With Hisense.
With Hisense.
Who did the discussion start with?
Yena waxtaan bi fa la sikal la doore.
Why wax na la ko manela indi na paper bi suma.
No, let's just start. Who did it start with? Is it you or Mr. Batchily?
Sikal la doore si yow wala Batchily?
My job is to just get the facts. I have no interest in when it started with Mr. Batchily. If we are mistaken by that, I will just apologize. We move on with Mr. Batchily. Did it start with you or it started with Mr. Batchily?
Nena waxtaan bi si yow la doore wala si Mr. Batchily?
Letter bi suma office ko indi ma jox ko ne
He brought the letter.
Not the letter.
To my office.
The discussion to allocate the land to Sharbel start with you or with Mr. Batchily?
An allocation pour Sharbel. Si yow la doore wala si Batchily la doore?
Mun na ne mu ngi start si Mr. Batchily because Mr. Batchily la yóbbu.
I wanted to say
Mr. Batchily advice mi dañ ko yóbbu council.
I just want to say that it started with Mr. Batchily because he told Mr. Batchily and Batchily brought him to me.
I see you are getting your glasses down. We will come to you for the same thing. Madam Lowe, did Sharbel tell you first that he wants to purchase? That's what your evidence is all along. Did Sharbel tell you that he has partners called Hysen that want to invest in the Gambia, specifically in Banjul, and therefore you were excited because it will bring employment to the youths?
Nena wax nga fi lu bari de nena léegi mooy mu ngi laajte ndax Sharbel mos na ñëw si yow pour wax la ne dafa bëgg a paaka di lu tax loolu mooy dafa am partners yi nga xam ne bëgg nañ ñëw fii pour def business te dinañ fa employ ay ndaw yi nga xam ne.
Is it a yes or a no?
waaw wala déedéet.
This application everything is.
No, is that a yes or a no?
Nena waaw wala déedéet.
Why? Because mu ngi si biir application.
Yes, it's in the application.
Forget the application.
Nena fàtte la affaire application.
We have all seen the application.
Nena ñëpp gis nañ ko.
You know, I said to you,
mu ne lu mu la wax mooy.
started with you and you said no.
si yow la doore nga ne déedéet.
Now I am repeating your evidence.
Nena léegi yow sa kaddu la moo toppa li nga waxoon fii la moo bantuwaat.
Did you not tell the commission?
Nena ndax waxuloo commission ne.
That Sharbel came to your office.
Sharbel dafa ñëwoon si yow sa office.
And informed you.
mu daal di la yëgal ne.
That he has a partner called Hisense.
Nena am nañ partner bi nga xam ne ñu ngi tudd Hisense.
That they want to have a company here, for manufacturing company.
Nena bëgg nañ am fi company.
And they will be employing youths from Banjul. And you were excited naturally by that. Did you say that or not?
The application.
No, forget the application. Just
that is what I have said.
Did that not happen before Sharbel met CEO about this issue?
Nenanda lolu nekut ne mu lolu mo njeka am bala Sharbel di dem ci CEO about mbir bi.
Him first initially ñëwé la mako wax ak application bi ndax after la
I'm not talking about the application, madam. I am not referring to an application.
Nenan mom gis nga waxam bi yeb Mustapha application.
We see the application. We have no issue with the application because it's black and white.
Application black and white bobu amuñ biram ni waxuñ biram.
Sharbel first came to you and informed you about his intentions about securing a plot of land from BCC because he has partners, correct?
Nena Sharbel dafa njëkka ñëw ci yow dal di la yégal ne mu ngi am ay partners te dañ bëgga def business ci Banjul. Nena du dëgg. Yes.
And after which you now referred him, after your discussions, you now referred him to the CEO.
Nena bi ngeen waxtaana ba pare nga dal di ko refer ci CEO.
Correct. The same day bim and the application bi
even 1 minute.
Yes.
It was the mayor, then the CEO, not the CEO, then the mayor, correct? So I repeat my statement. It started with you.
Yes.
That's what I said. Now, we have Mr. Nandu, who has an agreement. We have a problem here because the land eventually magnified from $2 million to $20 million.
Nena land mi soko sete njegam bi joge na door na 2 million way legi fu mujé moy $20 million.
Nandu ended up paying about $20 million as far as he's concerned.
Nandu mom si bopam lu mo fi fena lu dembe $20 million.
And you are not aware of this?
Nena te yaw na yegulo lolu.
How ma digante Nandu ak Sharbel how ma ci dara li ma xam moy ne Nandu
I know nothing between Nandu and Sharbel. All I know is that Nandu
Sharbel ñëw na ut na land.
Sharbel came and found a land.
Jox nañ ko land bi.
And the land was given to him.
Charge nañ ko $2 million.
And he was charged $2 million.
Mu fay $2 million ci suñ account
He paid $2 million to our account.
So land mon transpire halis between Sharbel ak Nandu.
So what transpired for the monies between Sharbel and Nandu?
CEO la ko njëkka dégg.
I heard it from the CEO.
But you transferred that same land to Nandu.
Then why land bobu dang ko transfer you because you joxe ko Nandu?
If you do not know anything about Mr. Rajwani, you don't know anything about Nandu, Mr. Rajwani, you don't know anything about MK Stores, why would the council transfer the land to MK Stores?
Nena so fekkene amulo dara si Nandu wala MK Stores nena lana tax nga wara transfer.
Because council never had an agreement with MK Stores.
MK Stores nena parce que soko sété council musta am nanguto ak MK Stores.
Mané la ñu suñu understanding moy wonné Sharbel lañ jox land bi.
I have told you that our understanding is that the land was issued to Sharbel.
No, so the lease, go ahead, please proceed.
So,
ñun suñu understanding as a council moy né Sharbel lañ allocate land.
Our understanding as council was that the land was allocated to Sharbel.
You interpreted it legally.
You interpreted it legally.
Woné né joxuñ Sharbel land.
And so tell us that,
legally.
That we don't give Sharbel land.
That was not a legal, just a legal interpretation.
Then a legal interpretation.
This is, please hold this lease agreement between Banjul City Council and MK Stores. These two. Even the one at around the National Assembly, Mr. Batchily, was transferred to MK Stores, right?
Yeah, that was the one transferred to MK Stores.
Yeah, the two were transferred. They were at the National Assembly, correct? Now, just have a look at this, please. Just first give it to Mr. Batchily. This is the lease agreement transferred to MK Stores, Mr. Batchily? Yes.
Yes? Yes.
The one at around the National Assembly is there?
Trying to figure out where the area is mentioned.
Do you want me to help you?
Okay, Okay, that's the one I'm reading here. It says located. Okay, maybe the description, but it says located at Bond Road,
Yes.
behind the National Assembly in Banjul.
Exactly.
So which means us this
Now
one.
you can before I go to the mayoress, if you have a lease agreement, will the mayoress be aware?
Sure.
Why? How?
I normally tell her, and then our lawyer too is involved.
Of course, if the lawyer is aware, involved in this,
So
it's clear.
she's always in the know of any lease agreement that I prepare with the lawyer.
All right. Now please give the documents to the mayoress. Mr. Batchily said you are always aware when these agreements are prepared because the lawyer will always be involved. Mr. Batchily cannot do this alone. Is that correct?
CEO xana ne li toujours su xé yow dang ko dé yek parce que lawyer bi sen lawyer bi fokk mu ñew mu dal li ko topal ko né nanda cadre bobu deug la wala dit.
Why li council wax na la ko mané la ñun ñoko ko wax because he has to go to council.
Yes, li council I told you that we need to inform him because these things have to go to council.
So list bi té ñun directing ko pour mu def ko.
So he cannot do the list without our direction.
And once it is done, you will be aware that it's prepared.
Nena kon lu wala té moy nda yek nga né list amna list bi nga xamné dañ ko défar.
No. When it is done, you will be aware that it is prepared.
Nena list suñ ko jagaré wala suñ ko défaré da nga yek né amna list bi nga xamné dañ ko défar.
Wa da ko wara indi pour ma sign ko.
Yes, you have to come to me for signature.
Exactly. That is my point.
Nena fofu la mo waxé.
Now this was done with Nando, but was never done with Charbel.
Nena li dafa xewon ak Nando waye musulen ko def ak Charbel.
My point is, no one can say,
Yeah,
and
no.
Madam Lowe, you do not have the room to say I am not aware of any part because everything is on paper, and if the procedure is such that you are aware and you sign, then there is no way that you would not know that Charbel never had a lease.
Nena su fekkee ne lii dafa xewoon nga dal di ko saay nena du am benn jafe-jafe wala yoon pour nga wax ne yow yëguloo ko wala.
Waaw waaye ban bi list bi sign ma ko bu 8 of January 2021.
But this list 8 of January 2021 I did not sign
No, but
it.
you are aware.
Nena waaye yëg nga ko.
The signing is your evidence, it's not mine. I'm saying that when it is prepared, you have confirmed that you will be aware because you have instructed the
signature
CEO.
bi boobu dina nekk evidence nena waaye su fekkee ne defar nañ ko nena fokk nga yëg ko nena because nekk na loo xam ne
You admitted to that.
nena nangu nga loolu.
Waaw dama ko war a yëg because maa ko war a sign.
Yes, I must be aware because I am the one to sign.
Yes.
Because si man la ko war a indi pour man ma sign ko.
They have to brought it to me for me to sign.
Yes.
Waaye lu ma gis fii mooy ne bii amul suma signature.
What I see here for this one, my signature is not there.
Yes, but there is an assignment, there is a list that was assigned to Nando, and no one disputes that.
Nena comme liste Nando jox nañ ko liste wala defar nañ ko liste nena kenn du weddi loolu.
There is no list assigned to Charbel, and no one disputes that, correct?
Nena tamit Charbel amul benn liste kenn du weddi loolu.
Correct? Am I right?
Waa déedéet li ma seet fii mooy.
Okay.
No, what I'm looking here is that
I don't know what happened here because 2019
I don't know what happened here because
man sign
2019
naa ko
I signed
gis naa fa lawyer bi tam
and I saw that of the lawyer.
waaye bu 2021
But 2021
gisuma signature lawyer bi gisuma fa suma signature.
I don't see my signature much more that of the lawyer.
So I don't know.
Madam Mayor, would it be in respect to the one that was cancelled? Because there is an assignment that was done, and this was referenced by Ms. Ida Drame, lawyer for Nando, referring to the cancelled assignment. Was it the one? Is it the one that you are referring to? Mr. Batchily, can you please note and provide us with the assignment that was cancelled? There was one that was done and was cancelled. So that we will be able to compare, because now the mayor is saying she did not see her signature. Perhaps her signature would be in the one that was cancelled. And why was that assignment cancelled, Mr. Batchily?
The first lease.
Yes.
Well, because eventually it was not feasible for him to be given that area again because of the national.
Who? Nando?
Yes.
Madam Chair, is the National Assembly
National
plot.
Assembly. Yeah.
Plot, okay.
That never materialized. So they moved the allocations to
Bond
the
Road.
Bond Road.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that initial.
Yes, let us have the cancelled copy.
So, but you write it down.
That would be the evidence in furtherance to the fact that Sadwell was never allocated.
Yes.
Yes. So please provide us with that.
Lila understand. Council.
Yes.
Lila understand Luta from 25th of June 2019 to 8th of January 2021.
This is what I don't understand. From 25th of June
2019.
2019
Be 2019, let be 2021.
and this is 2021.
And it's the same people at the same place.
And
Yes.
the same people at the same place.
Let me explain.
Because the purchaser or Mr. Nando MK stores were later reallocated the Bond Road, correct?
Yeah, parce que purchase bi Mr. Nandu nena koku dañ ko mujjé reallocate Bond Road.
To Bond Road. That is what it says for the one in 2021.
Nena bu 2021 bi lolu la wax.
And the agreement, the lease agreement states that paragraph 3, by a letter dated the 19th of August 2020, the leaseor gave approval to the lessee to use the land and the subject of this land for the purpose stated in this lease. So this is when you had an agreement.
Nena li jamono bi nga xamné bobu ngeen amone agreement bi.
And it said that by a resolution dated the 30th of April 2019,
Nena te wax na né resolution bu
19, the Emergency General Council meeting,
Nena emergency general council meeting.
the council approved the said application.
Nena council bi dañ approve application bu.
So this application that you are relying on,
Nena application bi nga xamné ci bobu nga wéru.
is the application, they see the lease agreement of 2021, serial number 192/2021,
Nena serial agreement bu 2021
which gave MK stores to operate as the lessee,
Nena bi nga xamné joxé nañ MK store pour ñu nekk ñoy nekk borom liste bi.
made reference to an emergency resolution of the 30th of April 2019.
Nena bobu de gestu na mi nga xamné am nañ won ci 30th of April 2019.
Let me show you again where the problem is.
Nena mu wala nga xam ngay wala nga ci gis fu problème bi nekk.
Just look at paragraph 3 of the lease given to MK stores.
Nena nga set paragraph 3 ci liste bi nga xamné dañ ko défar pour MK stores.
You will also turn to article 4, you will see the amount stated,
Nena so demé article 4 fofa da nga gis njëg bi nga xamné bobu lañ wax.
and you can compare with the letter of the 30th of April.
Nena boba nga dal ko compare ak lettre bi nga xamné bind nañ ko April 30th.
Have you seen that?
What
Paragraph
article?
3 of the lease agreement.
Paragraph 3 of the lease agreement.
Please read it.
Mu ne nga jàng ko.
By letter dated 19th of August 2020, reference number 11/BCC/89/volume. The lessor gave approval to the leasee to use the land, the subject of this lease, for the purpose stated in this lease.
Okay. What is that saying?
loolu lan la free
By a letter dated 19th of August 2020.
That there is a letter dated the 19th of April 2020.
loolu mu ngi laa wax ne am na lettre bi nga xam ne
30th, sorry.
30th of
So
April
that we give approval
2019
to the lease to use the land, to the leasee.
Yes, to use the land. That is MK stores, correct?
nee na boobu mooy MK stores
Paragraph 3 is saying that there is a letter of the 30th of April 2019 which gave MK stores permission, that is a general council emergency meeting,
yes
which gave the leasee, that is MK stores, permission to use the land as, yes.
nee na loolu moo joxe MK warugar pour nga gis ne mu daal di lease
Correct?
paaka bi correct
Yeah.
yes
Now, is there a letter of that such?
nee na ndax façon lettre boobu am na kon
Is there a letter of the 30th of April 2019 that gave MK stores permission for the lease?
nee na lettre bi nga xam ne ñu ngi ko bindee 30th of April pour yi nga xam ne jógee na digal pour nga gis MK stores ñu daal di lease
By the general council?
bi nga xam ne general council ñoo ko jox
The answer is no.
Not a letter, but the minutes.
nee na foofu tontu bi mooy déedéet
Not
a letter but minutes
but not to MK stores.
nee na waaye nekkul pour MK stores
Lead council, so ma balale rek bi ñu indi minutes yi.
if you
Because
give me
li dafa
time
yàgga
we
su
bring
bugguma fee
minutes
nekk di la wax lii ëllëg man ne leen
because this was a long time so I don't want to be saying
All right,
this and
please
saying
bring the minutes on Monday.
nee na altine nga daal di isi minutes yi
unfortunately maa ngi tukki dimanche.
unfortunate I'm traveling on Sunday
You can make that application today.
I wanted to make it after
I just wanted to make it after
suñ pare.
whenever we are done
But since Sunday dama travel.
Sunday I wish to travel.
Dañu dem America with the UN Habitat.
We are going to America with the UN Habitat.
So suñ fa jógee ñu ngi dem Geneva.
From there we are proceeding to Geneva.
Suñ VLR bi ñu doon inaugurate fii.
Our VLR that we were inaugurating herein.
So UN Habitat ñu ngi dem America pour ñu try seet na dinañu mën a amal ay
So Real Habitat are making us to go to America so that we can be able to have partners.
Madam Lowe,
Madam Lowe,
we appreciate the fact that you're traveling.
okay.
We appreciate the fact that you're traveling for the interest of the people that you are representing.
Chair, may I approach the commission based on the application of the...
Yes, please. We will discuss the issue of your travel. When we finish, we rise and we will come back and deal with the issue. Yes, you may proceed.
Well, dama bëggoon a wax ne ëllëg mënoon naa indi minutes itam.
All I wanted to say is that tomorrow I can be able to bring the minutes.
Yes, okay. That is good that you have said that you will bring the minutes. Yes, but you know and you appreciate the fact that we cannot have you first. The fact is that you have an office to run. We cannot have you here every day, 1. 2, we have given you opportunity to travel for a very long period of time, and that we have to conclude on your evidence, right? So that we can move on to other mayors as we progress. But we will come back to what you have said. Yes.
May I proceed?
Proceed now.
We can rise and come back after 5 minutes, or I proceed.
Yes, we can rise now and come back, then we can conclude and deal with it.
As the commission president.
Yes.
Can
Very
the
nice.
witness guide the commission as to how long she intend to travel, so that may aid the commission in arriving at a just conclusion?
Yes. For how long do you? Please also provide us with your itinerary and your travel schedule.
Mom, I said, guy.
Yes. If you have the details on your phone, please forward same to the secretary, who can provide us with the copies while we go for recess for 10 minutes. We may rise.